child, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk to location today because nobody seems to think that I can walk on it, and I don't see no hover around out here, child. All right, not that I have anything to prove. I always get a little kiki off the things that people seem to know more about me than I seem to know about myself. I might just roller skate out here one of these days. But anyway, let me tell y'all what's going on before I start talking about Michael Jackson. We have had a lot of rain out here in the DMV. We've had thunderstorms, electricity going off and on, back and forth. And so I wanted to do a bunch of recording today in internet problems, okay? So I wanted to talk about Michael Jackson because he is trending with all this so-called new information that has came out about him and this child porn. Now, I will say this before I even get started. My opinion of Michael Jackson has not changed at all. I still believe that he's innocent. That's just my personal opinion. And I'm definitely not one of those people who feels like because somebody is black that automatically I'm black, he's going to be innocent. Because I feel like with Bill Cosby, where there's smoke, there's fire. I feel like where OJ is concerned, I feel like he killed Nicole, even though he was found not guilty. I think that his ass did it, okay? But I do feel like I've never been convinced on this stuff with Michael Jackson. And not because I'm a fan, but I just don't think that he did it. So now they have said about the, you know, the porn. They said baby dolls and stuff. They said drugs, prescription drugs in other people's names. Now my thing is, why wasn't the public given this information while he was alive? Why weren't we given this information while the trial was going on? Okay, so now as far as the gay porn that they're saying that they found in his house, I feel like he's a grown man. So if he wanted to have gay porn, that's his business. They said he had women, pictures of women that was like porn pictures or in compromising positions. Once again, he's a grown man. So if he wants to have pictures of women busting wide open, again, that's his business. They said he had pictures of I guess people having sex with animals. Okay, that's really gross. That's really gross if that was the case. This is what they're saying according to radaronline.com. Okay, and I think this was also in New York Daily Mail. They were saying this as well. Okay, so now, okay, that's disturbing. Okay, they also said he had the prescription drugs in other people's names that were affiliated with him, close to him. If they knew all this, why did it reach the point that he passed away with all of this prescription drug abuse? Why wasn't this looked into a little bit deeper back when you guys found all of these pill bottles? I'm just saying, okay? Now, again, they said he had pictures with S&M. I think that's what it's called, you know, where you like all that bondage and things like that. Again, I think that's again, his personal business. I like to get choked out sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I might want to get my hair pulled a little time from time to time, whatever. That's, again, his personal business. I don't understand what that has to do with, you know, kid porn. They also talked about baby dolls, and then the photos that I saw were porcelain dolls. So I was like, what do these porcelain dolls have to do with that? Because personally, when I grew up, you know, all black people felt like they had made it if they had some type of porcelain dolls. If you had a fucking china cabinet, girl, you know that china cabinet all the old school black people have, or if you had a nice china plate, you know what I'm saying, the whole stash you never really try to pull out and you just be keeping it for a good occasion. Not us, but you know, your grandmother, great grandmother, or you had that set of silver that somebody then so-called passed down to you. That's all black people. You think you made it when you have that kind of stuff. So when I saw about the antique china dolls, I was just like, okay, you know. So now I will say this, I feel like Michael Jackson definitely played a part in allowing himself to be accused, and I think the parents played a part as well. I think Michael Jackson should have never had children in his house, regardless if he missed out on his childhood or not. I also feel like from the first time he was accused, there should have never been a second time, because once I got accused one time, it could have been my goddamn niece or nephew. They wouldn't have brought their little black asses over my goddamn house. Okay, no you won't. Okay, now when it comes to the parents, what parents allow their children to just go spend a night over Michael Jackson's house? I don't care if he's the king of pop or goddamn the king of England. Your kid, no, my kid's not going to go spend a night over your house. My kids have never spent the night over no friend's house growing up. I'm sorry, because if my kid's innocence gets taken away, can't nobody give me that back. I don't even allow my kids to be going over my family's houses like that. I have 2 friends, one which is their godmother, and another really close friend that my kids have stayed with in their entire life. Other than that, their father and grandparents. That's it. So my thing is to the parents, you know, what type of parents just allow their kids to spend the night over somebody's house? Okay, so all that there is fishy to me. Then another part that doesn't add up is where with Michael Jackson, okay, I'm looking at him sideways because, you know, you settled with these people out of court. You gave them money. I'm not giving you no money. Now, granted, his bodyguards, which are pretty much been the only people who have not thrown him under the bus and have always spoke kind of him and have not tried to just make money off of, you know, speaking bad about him. You know, they said that he just got sick of going to different lawyers. He got sick of going to court. I wouldn't give a good damn how many times I went to fucking court. I'm not giving nobody no money about no child molestation, because when you do that, it's like taking a plea deal. I'm not fucking copping a plea to some shit I know I didn't do. So with Michael Jackson, I'm like, okay, well, why would you do that, right? And then when it comes to the parents, why would you take money from a pedophile? If somebody molests your children, are you telling me, first of all, I wouldn't even want their dirty, scuzzy ass money, okay? And you're telling me that you would accept their money, never speak on it again, and just walk away? That the money is good enough? You wouldn't want this person to be convicted. You wouldn't want them to spend any time in prison. You wouldn't want them to have to receive any type of treatment. You wouldn't want them to have to be a registered sex offender where they could not be around other children. So again, I'm looking at the parents sideways. And then the guy, Jordan, I think that's his name, Chandler, he ended up committing suicide 5 months after Michael Jackson passed away. A lot of people said it was because of guilt, because he basically forced his son Evan to make up those lies saying what Michael Jackson did to him. I just think it's really disgusting for the media to pull out all this stuff now when Michael Jackson is not here to defend himself. When he was here to defend himself, he did that, and he was found not guilty. So why smear his name in the mud even more now that he's gone? Some people say, well, he got away with it. No, if he is guilty, he didn't get away with shit. Because when we leave this earth, we all have to answer to our maker for whatever we have done during our time here. You know, would I be willing to bet somebody money and say, no, Michael Jackson couldn't have did it, no way? No, I wouldn't put any money on him. I wouldn't put any money on anybody, and I don't put anything past anybody, but I really don't think that he did it. I think that the media is really trifling in the way that they are putting this information out. I mean, the stuff that I saw, the pictures, they didn't show any pictures of like the porn. I'm not saying that I would want to see that, but I'm also curious of, is this stuff he already had in his house? Was this stuff planted? I mean, are these documents real? Like, what lawyer could have convinced a judge to throw this information out? You know, what argument could a lawyer have about that? I find that hard to believe. I find it hard to believe that they had all this evidence and it was never entered in court, nor was it ever available to the public. So my question to you guys is 2 things. One, do you think that Michael Jackson was innocent, or do you think that he was guilty? And then the second thing is, with this new information, does that change your opinion of Michael Jackson? Are you looking at him differently now, or do you still look at him the same? Tell me what you guys think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.